Hello, this is Syama Dubgirala. I'm a senior product manager here at Clio. Today, I'm excited to show you a cool new innovation that we recently added to our Clio integration cloud, which is Azure Blob connector. This connector allows our customers to connect to the Azure Blob storage and Azure file storage to read, write, and import data. This means our customers can now seamlessly connect to Azure Cloud for secure and scalable data storage. They can exchange data with the partners on Azure Cloud. And this also lets them to embrace a hybrid integration model, meaning their on-premise systems can now easily connect to their systems that are on Azure Cloud. Before we delve further into the product, let me show you an overview of the three major steps that we will be doing during this demo. The very first step is that we are going to go ahead and create an endpoint. In the endpoint creation, all we are doing is we are giving the location of the container that we want to connect to, and also giving the system the required access key that it needs to connect with that container. After we define endpoints, we are going to go ahead and define data flows. The data flow is nothing but a definition of defining a path for data transfer from one endpoint into another endpoint. After we have endpoints and data flows, we are going to go ahead and actually execute the data transfer. Okay, so now let's quickly jump into the product so I can show you how we can do this. All right, here I am in Clio Integration Cloud Network and Endpoints tab. For the purpose of this demo, I've already created the endpoints we need. And please take a look at this Azure Blob endpoint. All right, now that we have the Azure connector endpoint and the other endpoints we need already created, let's head into the integrations and look at the data flows. Again, I've created the data flows that we will need for the purpose of this demo. So let me pick the very first data flow that we're going to use. So this data flow is actually for me to transfer this file from my file system into the Azure connector, into the Azure Blob in the demo folder. All right, so let's go ahead and run this data flow. Data flow successfully saved, and let's look at the results in the jobs. All right, here's the successful job. That means this file has been transferred from the file system into my Azure container. All right, if you think this is cool, you should see what I'm going to show next. So let's go back into the integrations and the data flows. All right, let me pick my next cool data flow. All right, let's do it by the name. And here's my next cool data flow. So what this does is it lets me transfer with one click the data that I have in my Azure container into my S3 bucket. That means I don't even need a file system in between. With just a click, I can move data from one cloud to another cloud. So let's go ahead and click that. Data flow successfully saved. And here we have the results in the jobs. All right, here you see another successful job, all green. That means my demo file has now moved from my Azure container into my S3 bucket. Well, if you need to know more about this innovation or any other awesome innovations that we have launched, please head over to our Clio Solution Center. So that was the Product Innovation Bite with Syama Dubgirala.